I stood in the doorway of our bedroom, the air thick with the scent of her perfume, jasmine, and deceit. My hands trembled as I clutched the phone I'd just picked up from the nightstand, its screen glowing with messages that shattered my world. Can't wait for tonight, babe. Wear that red dress I love. The sender, Mark, her coworker. And her reply, I'll be there. Hubby's clueless as always. But the final blow came when she emerged from the bathroom, laughing lightly as she adjusted her earrings. I'm going on a date, she said casually, like it was a joke. Don't be jealous. Her eyes sparkled with mockery, and she kissed my cheek before sauntering out, leaving me frozen in humiliation. That laugh echoed in my skull, fueling a rage that would consume everything. The days following Elena's brazen confession blurred into a haze of simmering fury. I, Alex, had built our life together, 10 years of marriage, a cozy home in the suburbs, weekends filled with laughter that now felt like lies. But that night, as her car pulled away, something inside me snapped. Not with tears or pleas, but with a cold, calculated resolve. Revenge wasn't a fleeting thought. It became my anchor, the only thing keeping me from crumbling. At first, I played the part of the oblivious husband. I smiled when she returned late, reeking of wine and another man's cologne. Good time, I'd ask, my voice steady while my mind raced with plans. But inwardly, the burden gnawed at me like acid. Sleep evaded me. I'd lie awake, replaying her laugh, her words slicing deeper each time. Don't be jealous. It mocked my devotion, my sacrifices, working overtime to fund her dreams, supporting her through her career slumps that I now suspected were excuses for affairs. The weight of it shaped every decision. I quit my job impulsively, telling friends it was for personal growth, but really to dedicate myself to unraveling her life. I hired a private investigator, draining our savings without remorse. The reports came in waves, photos of her with Mark at hotels, emails plotting weekend getaways. Each revelation fueled the fire, but it also isolated me. My sister, Maria, noticed the change first. Alex, you're scaring me, she said over coffee one morning, her eyes wide with concern. You look like you haven't slept in weeks. Talk to her, or leave. This anger, it's eating you alive. She was right, it was. My once vibrant social circle shrank as I canceled plans, obsessed with digging deeper. Friends whispered about my midlife crisis, but I didn't care. The pursuit affected everyone. My parents worried during calls, sensing the bitterness in my tone. Even our dog, Max, whined at my feet, as if he felt the darkness seeping from me. In emotionally charged moments, I'd stare at our wedding photo on the mantel, torn between the justice I craved and the destruction it promised. One night, alone in the garage, I smashed a vase she'd bought on our honeymoon, shards cutting my hand. Blood dripped as I whispered, "This is what she deserves." But doubt flickered. Was I becoming the monster to slay hers? Yet, the drive won out. I began small acts of sabotage. I accidentally forwarded one of her flirty emails to her boss, claiming a tech glitch. She came home fuming, blaming hackers, and I feigned sympathy while inwardly reveling. The revenge burrowed deeper, shaping my life into a shadow existence. I lost weight, my reflection gaunt and hollow-eyed. Work suffered when I returned part-time. Colleagues avoided me, sensing the storm within. Maria confronted me again at a family dinner, pulling me aside. This isn't you, Alex. Revenge won't fix the betrayal. It's poisoning your soul. Her words stung, forcing a moment of hesitation. Was justice worth this erosion of self? But then I uncovered more. Bank statements showing she'd siphoned money for lavish gifts to Mark. The injustice reignited the blaze. I escalated, hacking her social media, easy with her predictable passwords. I posted subtle hints of her infidelity, anonymous tips to her friends' group chats. Whispers spread. Her circle began to fracture. She grew paranoid, snapping at me over dinner. "Someone's out to get me," she'd cry, and I'd nod solemnly, hiding my smirk. The turning point came during a heated argument. She confessed partially, admitting the date, but downplaying it as harmless fun. "You were always so boring, Alex," she sneered, echoing that initial laugh. But in her eyes, I saw a flicker, not of remorse, but of fear that I'd discovered the truth. It wasn't kindness or some unexpected revelation that softened me. It hardened my resolve. No more doubts. This was war, and I would win. The burden had become my strength, driving me to plot the final blow. As months passed, revenge wasn't just a plan. It was my identity, twisting my decisions into weapons, alienating allies, but promising the sweet taste of her downfall. By now, a year had passed since that fateful night, and the burden of revenge had carved deep scars into my being. I barely recognized myself, hair unkempt, eyes shadowed with unrelenting obsession. Elena's laugh still haunted my dreams, but now it propelled me forward, a relentless drumbeat. My life revolved around the endgame. Total exposure, total ruin. The cost was evident in every mirror, every strained conversation. Maria had stopped calling, weary of my rants. "You're destroying yourself for her," she'd said last time, her voice breaking. Friends drifted away, invitations ceasing as my bitterness poisoned gatherings. Even Max shied from me, sensing the rage that simmered just below the surface. Intense scenes of inner turmoil plagued me. One evening, as I compiled a dossier of evidence, screenshots, recordings, financial trails, I paused, heart pounding. Justice demanded this, but destruction loomed large, not just for her, but for the remnants of our shared world. Our home felt like a battlefield, echoes of happier times mocking me. I imagined her tears, the humiliation I'd inflict, and it thrilled me. Yet, in quieter moments, like when I found an old love letter from her in a drawer, a storm raged inside, torn between the man who'd loved unconditionally and the avenger who'd stop at nothing. Is this worth it? I'd mutter to the empty room, fists clenched. But the answer was always yes. Her betrayal had stolen my peace, and I'd steal hers in return. The pursuit rippled outward, affecting innocence. Mark's wife received an anonymous package of photos, shattering their marriage. I watched from afar as Elena consoled him, oblivious to my hand in it. Her job suffered next. I tipped off her company about embezzlement, funds she'd diverted for their trysts. She was suspended, coming home in hysterics. "Everything's falling apart," she wailed, collapsing on the couch. I held her, whispering comforts while plotting the climax. The revenge shaped my every move. I forged alliances with her enemies, leaked stories to local gossip sites. My health deteriorated, migraines, insomnia, but I pressed on, the burden of familiar ache. Then came the turning point, not of softening, but of escalation. During a rare moment of vulnerability, Elena broke down, admitting the affair's depth. "It started as fun, but I love him," she sobbed, expecting pity. Instead, her words ignited pure fury. No hidden truth redeemed her. It only confirmed her selfishness. "You laughed at me," I hissed internally, resolve stealing like a blade. This wasn't about questioning peace. It was about claiming it through her pain. I accelerated the plan, gathering allies. Her own sister, disillusioned by the lies, fed me more dirt. The climactic confrontation unfolded at a gala she attended with Mark, thinking it safe. I'd orchestrated it all, invitations laced with hints, media tipped off. As she mingled, laughing that same infuriating laugh, I stepped from the shadows, dossier in hand. Projectors I'd rigged flickered to life, displaying messages, photos, videos for all to see. Colleagues, friends, family gasping in shock. "Don't be jealous." I quoted her words over the microphone, my voice booming. Chaos erupted. Whispers turned to shouts, Mark fleeing, Elena frozen in horror. She turned to me, eyes wide. "Alex? How what?" Her voice cracked, tears streaming. I leaned in, whispering, "Because you laughed." The room emptied around her isolation, her reputation in tatters. She begged as security escorted her out, but I walked away, the burden lifting like chains breaking. In the aftermath, she lost everything: job, lover, social standing, reduced to tears in a dingy apartment, pleading for mercy I never gave. The revenge had cost me dearly, lost relationships, a hollow victory. But as I rebuilt alone, stronger and unyielding, I knew it was worth it. No regrets, only the echoes of her sobs as my lullaby. Moral of the story: in the shadow of betrayal, revenge isn't a poison but a forge, tempering the wounded into unbreakable steel that shatters the betrayer without mercy.